What happens when a quiet black teen, ignored by most of his classmates, is forced into the spotlight by a racist dare? Malik Johnson walked into Lincoln High hoping to stay invisible, but one cruel challenge from Ethan Miller changed everything. In front of the entire class, Malik was told to solve an impossible math problem, or leave humiliated. What unfolded was not just about numbers, but about worth, power, and justice. Answer this, and I'll walk out of this school forever. Ethan Miller's voice cracked through the classroom like a whip. His varsity jacket hung loose on his shoulders, his grin sharpened into something cruel. Every head turned toward Malik Johnson, the quiet black transfer student sitting in the back. Malik's pencil stopped mid-stroke. His chest rose and fell, slow but heavy, as laughter sparked across the room. Ethan leaned back, savoring the spotlight. "Show us what you've got, genius." The air grew tight, suffocating, the fluorescent light suddenly too bright. Malik lowered his eyes for a moment, then lifted them, steady. His fingers curled around the desk edge. He wasn't just being asked to solve a math problem. He was being asked if he even deserved to be here. The class buzzed with nervous energy, whispers darting from desk to desk. Mr. Daniels adjusted his glasses, shifting uncomfortably. "Ethan, this isn't how we treat classmates." Ethan smirked, his words clipped and deliberate. What? Too hard for him? Maybe he should stick to the easy stuff. The rhythm in his voice was meant to cut, to remind everyone who held the power. Malik's grip tightened on his pencil until the wood creaked. A flash of memory hit, long nights bent over torn textbooks, the hum of a street lamp outside his window, numbers pouring across paper like a language only he understood. But in this room, numbers weren't the problem. It was belonging. The fluorescent light hummed. Ethan rose, swaggering to the board, chalk screeching as he scrawled a labyrinth of algebraic traps. He turned, eyes gleaming. "Solve this. Fail, and you walk away humiliated. Solve it, and I'm gone." Gasps rippled through the room. Some students leaned forward eagerly, others shrank into silence. Malik slowly stood, his chair scraping against the tile. For a heartbeat, no one moved, no one breathed. He stepped toward the board, each step heavier than the last, and in that moment the classroom shifted. This was no longer about math, it was survival. Chalk dust floated like smoke as Malik's hand moved across the board, steady, precise. Each number landed with purpose, each symbol a counterstrike against the laughter still echoing in his ears. His world shrank to the problem in front of him, every step unfolding with unshakable clarity. Behind him, Ethan's voice cut sharp. "Don't stall now. All eyes are on you." Malik didn't flinch. His back was straight, his gaze locked on the board. Line after line, the problem unraveled, his rhythm unbroken. The silence grew so thick it felt like the air itself was holding its breath. Finally, Malik circled the answer. He placed the chalk down, not with triumph, but with finality. Ethan lunged forward, scanning the work. His smirk cracked, then collapsed. He whispered, barely audible, "No, that's right." Mr. Daniels stepped closer, voice ringing with authority. "Every step is flawless." Malik solved it. The room erupted. Students gasped, some clapped, others stared in stunned silence. Malik turned, his expression calm, unshaken. In that moment, the boy they tried to diminish stood taller than anyone else in the room. Ethan's face flushed red, his fists clenching at his sides. He cheated. There's no way he did that on his own. His words cracked in the air, but no one laughed this time. Mr. Daniels cut through the noise, firm and unyielding. "Enough, Ethan. I've seen Malik's work. He's one of the brightest students I've ever taught." The classroom shifted. Friends who once cheered Ethan's swagger now looked away, embarrassed. A girl near the front whispered, "He beat him, fair." The words spread like sparks, and Ethan felt the room slipping from his control. Malik stood silently, his shoulders steady, his eyes sweeping over the faces that once dismissed him. He didn't gloat. He didn't need to. Ethan shoved his books into his bag, muttering under his breath, but his voice carried no weight anymore. The boy he tried to humiliate had turned his own challenge into a stage, and left him exposed. By morning, the story had spread across the school like wildfire. Malik solved the impossible problem. Ethan backed down. Malik walked the halls quietly, books tucked under his arm, but something was different. Heads turned, not with scorn this time, but with a cautious respect. He didn't strut, didn't boast. He simply carried himself with a steadiness no one could ignore. In the cafeteria, a freshman hesitated before approaching. "They used to laugh at me too. Yesterday, you showed them we don't have to take it." Malik gave a small nod, his voice low but sure. "I didn't solve that to prove I belonged to them. I solved it to prove I belonged to myself." Sunlight poured through the windows, washing the cafeteria in gold. Malik sat at the edge of a table, calm, present, undeniable. He was no longer invisible, no longer a target. He was the measure by which others would now be seen. Thank you for watching. Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that matter.